Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to A Clash of Kings. Now, as I've mentioned in the past, if I am particularly enjoying a particular game or mod or something along those lines, then I'm going to upload that a little bit more than the other things that I may just feel good about, you know? But this is one of those things that I'm just kind of like, yes, I would like to play this more, and that's exactly what I'm kind of doing right now. But anyway, I hope you understand that, because I mean, if I'm having fun, then hopefully you guys are also having fun, sort of transference sort of thing. But anyway, we are currently at Rain House, and well, that's the thing. I'd previously thought that this was a very, very difficult siege, raw, all that sort of roariness that you really don't want to be dealing with any time, because Rain House is actually not that difficult. It's actually not that difficult at all, and I got mixed up with Mistwood, as far as I'm aware, because, yes, there was a whole terrible mix-up with that, and a lot of you seem to also realize that as soon as I went in and saw the siege layout. Yeah, then we knew what was going on. So, what I was doing was, I was staying at Rain House, because I thought to myself, yes, we probably want to just try and be as best a vassal as we can for Aegon. Yes, he is, I don't even know. I'm pretty sure he's getting ready to hold another feast soon, but anyway. Yeah, I thought to myself, let's wait here, let's see what happens, see if there's any Stormlands vassals that decide to turn up, and yes, we do have 352 of them in actual fact. Not 352 vassals, 352 units that want to kill us, very, very much so. Now this is going to be really amusing, because they are going to be against unlimited ammunition guardsmen. And they have a siege tower. Pretty sure we have it in the bag. Do we? Do we have it in the bag? Well, that's the thing. What I'm going to be doing for this particular siege is showing the initial sort of bombardment here, because I'm very interested in seeing what's going on here. Ooh, I eliminated Julian Swan there, or Julian, however you want to say his name. But yes, point is, we have an overwhelming advantage, and this is going to be very amusing, because we have elite Targaryen longbowmen, as well as actual Cahoric guardsmen who are, as we know, very, very good, and they have unlimited ammunition. So this is going to be very fun indeed, and we're going to see how well it goes. Obviously, I don't have unlimited ammunition. I kind of feel like that's a bit unfair. I think we should have unlimited ammunition as well, but I guess that's just how it goes. They're actually moving the siege tower pretty close to the walls here already. I'm actually going to try and focus down the people that are pushing the siege tower. That seems to make much more sense than shooting those in the back of their formation, anyway. Not in the back, as in dishonorable conduct. Yes, no. Well, we have done that in the past. I am terrible. Ah, come on, there we go. Thankfully enough, finally actually gotten that guy down, and maybe we can take out that one as well, if at all possible. Oh my, okay, never mind. I don't even need to, really. As you can see, look at that. The damage that we're doing right now is just insane. Okay, well, yes, what I'm going to do is the structure of this particular siege. I'm just going to show the initial bombardment, because I think we haven't actually seen one of these before in Clash of Kings. It's been quite a while since we've actually seen something with a siege tower. I mean, look at this. They are literally taking so many casualties just from the initial assault here, and it's really weird, isn't it? I mean, it's really weird how they are they're just taking it. Obviously, they are just taking it. They can't do much else. I mean, the AI is not necessarily well known for their tactics, and in this case, they are really taking a beating. I mean, look at that headshot. Ouch. That headshot was insane what was it, Heavy Stormlands Knight took? Yeah, he just took it right to the face there. That is brutal. Absolutely brutal, but yes. So we're going to see the initial bombardment, and then we are going to see what actually happens with the initial charge, and then I'll cut away for a little bit, and then we'll see what happens after that. But yeah, I don't want to get the sieges too stale, but I do want to show enough so that you get the kind of epic scope of what is currently going on, because I personally really love the siege. Yes, the siege stumbles, apparently. Oh yes, also, in the previous episode, I actually mentioned something that would have been really good to mention and to show, but Yeah, I forgot again, because I'm great. I'm great at forgetting things, and that's just what happened. So, yeah, it's actually a really cool thing as well. It's actually something that one of you suggested a couple of episodes back in the comments, and I thought to myself, oh, that's a good idea. I didn't know that that mod had that functionality, because I know that a couple of other mods have that functionality, and I thought, considering this was based on Floris, that this might actually have a similar mechanic to it, and it does, So I'm going to show you after that, but obviously right now they haven't even reached the walls. I mean, literally, they haven't even reached the walls, and they've lost 86. Yes, they've lost 86 units, and I think, considering they've just gotten this down here, I'm gonna show the initial charge that they have and see how easily it is thwarted, considering we've eliminated many of the high tier units, and then we'll see what happens after that. But yeah, these guys stand absolutely no chance whatsoever. Our mace men, our guardsmen are very, very good in melee even. So them coming up here and being like, oh, we're gonna attack you and things like that, probably not a good idea. Yes, as you can see, they're even getting. Oh, that guy took a tumble, didn't he? Yes, he did. You could say that he took a stumble. Yeah. You could say that. But anyway, we have this guy pinned to the wall. Do you see that? Look at that. He's literally pinned to the wall by his neck. And I'm stumbling yet again, because that's what I do. I just stumble all over the place, and the enemy are frightened. They are literally frightened by the stumbling. They literally just go like, oh, he stumbled. Oh no. How can we even possibly hope to defeat such a foe? And then they just tremble in fear, and then Coldbringer smashes them in the face, because that's the mace we're using right now. Obviously it's been renamed and it's not actually called Coldbringer anymore, but I just had to have it. I just had to have it, and I had to use it because I love this mace. I really love this mace. Not entirely sure why you would remove it, but it's a fantastic weapon. And it's not even that overpowered in my opinion. I mean, yes, okay, it's got the crushing through blocks thing, and it has the bonus against shields, and it does have blunt damage, so it does deal a huge amount of damage to basically everything. But it is slow. It is slow. It has a reasonably low reach, and well, I mean that's basically it. That's how you balance it, I guess. You make it slower and have a lower reach, but that's the thing. I really love it for a multitude of reasons. And the primary one is, of course, taking prisoners. Taking prisoners and crushing through blocks is the primary thing that I really love about it. And I just couldn't get any better. You can't get any better than this, in my opinion. I mean, you literally do want to have a weapon that is going to enable you to take huge amounts of prisoners. Unfortunately, speaking of prisoners, I am not going to be able to take as many prisoners as I would like in this particular siege, because I had no time, literally no time, to head anywhere after the previous offensive, because these guys appeared almost immediately afterward, and they were just like, hello there, we're going to siege your thing that you just took from us. And yes, and then I was like, oh, really? That's not particularly good. I'm going to stumble all over your faces, and that's what Elias added to the conversation. Yes, because he just does that. And of course, he would then say, I see, after they replied, but stumbling, that's harmless. I know that you're the Reaper of Crow's Nest and everything, but stumbling, that can't possibly be deadly. And, well, then bad things happened, as you can see. Yes, the worst of things happening right now. Oh, there's an armed villager. They have armed villagers. I actually saw in the comments that we apparently lost our armed villager in the previous episode, and I missed it. I can't believe I missed our one-armed villager. A one-armed villager being killed, which is actually kind of sad, really. I've got to get another one. I have to get another one, of course, because it is the most powerful unit in the universe. So, yes, we're going to try and do that. Whoa, just look at the carnage. Look at the carnage that is here. Oh, wow, now that is insane. Now, there is actually a... Oh, never mind. There was a Stormlands archer over the other side there, and apparently I got way too much into talking, so I didn't cut away, and yeah, for those of you that don't particularly like the sieges, my apologies, but I thought that was relatively important to speak about. But anyway, here we go. We killed 352, hilariously enough, mainly because they had a siege tower, and they decided to, well, attack us. in a very reckless fashion. And I guess that's kind of what the Stormlands do. They just run around storming everywhere. Oh, wait a minute. Did the Stormlands get named after Brynden Storm? Because he, as we all know, is a very reckless fellow. Oh yes, even though he's a medic. No, of course I'm just pulling his chain right now. But anyway, let's take this guy prisoner. Thank you. And we do get to... Oh, you're not going anywhere, friend. You're my prisoner now. Actually, I am going to let him go. You're free to go wherever you want. Goodbye. Oh, he seems to be a Westerlands vassal. Well, that's kind of unfortunate. Yeah, I kind of thought he was, but... Oh, Tywin likes us. Isn't that weird? Yes, he actually likes us. He actually has +3 to relations with us right now, which is hilarious, I gotta say. Okay, I'm gonna... Am I literally just gonna let them go? I think I am gonna let them go. Because it seems to increase our relations with basically everything. We gain additional honor. We do lose relation with the Riverlands and the North, which of course is to be expected. But the Westerlands currently only has, I think, -11 with us now, in comparison to the North and the Riverlands having -40-something. So I think it's reasonable to assume that that's a pretty okay thing to do. Not something that I would like to do all the time, of course, but, well, I think it's always best to gain a little bit of honor whenever you can. And we're going to take as many of these prisoners as possible, but... yeah, obviously some of them just aren't... You just can't take all of them because, well, we don't have that much in prisoner management. Well, we kind of do, but thanks to TweakMB, we have 80. So, there you go. Now, let us head out here. A chainmail hauberk, thank you. I like that. Oh, there's another crude one, but I don't particularly think that's very good, do you? No, I don't think so. Okay, so let's get some more heavy Targaryen knights. Thank you very much for that. And, well... That's pretty much it. We have leveled up, by the way. We have leveled up. I don't know when we leveled up. I think it was today. Yes, I think it was in this episode, so that's pretty good. Let's go for an additional point in prisoner management. As you can see, it says, every level of the skill increases maximum number of prisoners by 20. And I think having 100 in that is amazing. And look at our weapon points. I mean, literally, the weapon points, insane. Insane amounts of weapon points right there. I am probably not going to be using crossbows or polearms at any time, but I feel as though if we're going to enter a tournament at some point, or if we're going to be ambushed in the middle of a town or something, then it might be a good idea to get that. I'm thinking that I'm probably going to be leaving my strength at 20, because I'm going to need to get 34, 35, 36, 37 to be able to even get it anywhere else, because I need to get to 24 strength to be able to advance Power Strike, Power Draw, Iron Flesh, or anything like that. So I think right now it's probably a better idea to concentrate either on agility or intelligence. Probably not intelligence, because we don't really need any of the intelligence skills. Obviously Trainer is pretty good, but otherwise not much. Foraging is agility as well, so yeah, that's also not particularly necessary. But anyway, there we go. Okay, so now Rain House actually has 75 prisoners in it, which is kind of amusing. Now let's just wait here for a little bit more time, see if there's anyone that is going to appear. If there's anyone, then we're of course going to take them on. But if there isn't, then I'm going to head on to the Weeping Town. Oh, hello there. You seem to be very small vassals. This is not a good idea for you to do this. Oh yes, here we go. Oh, yes. Okay, so it's been a while since we've actually done a field battle, so it's pretty cool to actually see that there's a huge mound of dirt and dust and rock ahead of us here, and we are going to be getting on top of that, because we have 49 archers, yes, 49. I don't even know. I don't even know whether they can even survive that, and they all seem to be charging towards us. They must have a wide variety of different cavalry units, which is kind of good. It's kind of good for us, kind of good for them, and, well, I'm kind of happy about that, because our archers can just stand on the top of this hill and not really worry about the cavalry too much. And now I'm wondering whether the enemy is just going to stand there, because the AI is usually quite stubborn when it comes to moving at the beginning of a fight if they're outnumbered. And if they do that, then that's going to be very disappointing. I think they are actually doing that. Ah, okay. Okay, we're going to have to move forward, which is very disappointing indeed, but what can you do? The AI sometimes is just, I'm not going to move, meh, and I'm going to stump my foot into the ground, and I'm going to act like a toddler and all that sort of thing. So yes, it's most likely the case that they are using quote-unquote tactics, because again, it's one of those things where the AI in Warband is not particularly good when it comes to this sort of thing. It's just like, nope, I'm not going to move because I'm outnumbered, so I'm going to stand right next to my reinforcement zone and do all that sort of thing. So that's not particularly good, but doesn't really matter because we are going to be able to rain down death and destruction upon them as we have always done. We are next to Rain House, of course, so raining death and destruction only just comes naturally to us. Yes, what a fantastic phrase, sentence, whatever you want to call it. But okay, so, oh, these guys are actually a little bit slacking, aren't they? Yes, they are a bit slacking. So we have 26 cavalry. I feel like I should just charge straight on in with them, but that's the thing, I don't really want to do that right now because our other units are not in position. So let's get our archers at the top here and get our infantry, our 17 infantry. Wow, we actually have a pretty reasonable and balanced army right now. So I'm going to tell every one of our cavalry to charge straight on in there. Our infantry is also going to charge. They're going to get killed by that lance. Oh, no, never mind. They didn't get killed by that lance. And I'm not getting killed by that lance. Oh, hello there. You seem to be our units. I thought they were flanking us somehow. And yes, I thought it was a good idea to attack them. Probably not a good idea. Anyway, let's try and take it. Oh, hello, Donald. Yes, you got absolutely destroyed. Wow, that was amazing. Okay, so anyone else? Anyone else want a piece of Elias? Yes. Do you want a piece of Elias? No? Okay, I'm just going to run straight forward because we are fearless. You cannot possibly eliminate us. Oh, he's running. How sad. Oh, no, there we go. We killed him. Yes, there we go. That's what we like. Okay, so you guys are absolutely fine. Are you clearing up all of their infantry? Yeah, that's great. It's not exactly what I wanted them to do, but I suppose I didn't really position them well enough for the cavalry to actually know what I wanted them to do and to carry out my orders accurately enough. But yes, he is Lord Stumble, so I suppose people really don't particularly listen to him anyway. So he's just like, oh, you must attack from the flank, and everyone just says, I see. And then they just do whatever they want, basically. So yeah, that seems to be the case. Oh, we're right at the edge of the battlefield right here. There's a lovely invisible wall. And is there anything else here? Yeah, there's a couple of units, but they're all dead or dying, which is good. Okay, would you want to die? Do you want to die, that fellow? Yes, he is dead. That is very nice indeed. Yes, mounted Stormland Sergeant. No match for the heavy Targaryen knights, thank you. And we have eliminated 8 enemy forces. Ah, there's only 11 left. I'm going to auto-resolve this because I don't really mind losing a couple of units here and there because even though we lost, wow, we lost 2 guardsmen. Obviously there was a couple of heavy Stormlands knights there and things like that. Even though we did lose a couple of those, it's not really a big deal. We saved a bunch of time, so I feel like that's much more valuable right now. So, hello, Donald. You're going to become my vassal once again. Am I vassal? Am I telling the future? Am I telling the future? Is he going to become a vassal of ours? Who knows if we ever create our own faction? That's the thing. I am currently really enjoying being a vassal of House Targaryen, even though when you create your own faction, you have a huge amount of different customization and, well, various things to do. But I feel as though it kind of limits the amount of drama that you have, because you have so much more control that you really don't know anyone in your kingdom. Yes, okay, you can make a companion, you can make a vassal, you can steal a vassal, something like that from another faction. But for the most part, you're kind of distanced from all of the dramatic events that happen. Like, for example, right now we have a bunch of different personalities. We have Aegon, the terrible, useless person, and we have Connington Bracket, as well as, obviously, Connington Non-Bracket attacking each other all the time. I feel like that's a really cool dynamic that we have right now. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. But anyway, let's take this guy prisoner. Thank you very much. Yes. So, the Westerlands and Dragonstone are both almost neutral with us, which is kind of amusing. And there we go. Ah, an armed villager. Yes, and one armed villager. So yes, there we go. There is the most powerful unit ever. That is the tag that I gave him. And I'm very happy to see him again. So let's get some peasants as well. Do they actually level up into anything? No, they don't seem to level up into anything. That's kind of sad. But now that we have an additional point in prisoner management, we can actually start to recruit a couple more of these prisoners. Recruit a couple more of these prisoners is basically the same thing as me saying, oh, I'm going to take him into my vassalage. Yes, no, I'm going to take them prisoner, thank you very much. It's not as glorious as it sounds. I'm sure they are not particularly happy about that. Okay, so thick, heavy leather jerkin. Ooh, battered plate gauntlets. I like those instead of the thick mail gauntlets. I like that. And there we are. Let's let our companions take the rest. Okay, so there we are. Very nice defense of Rain House and its surrounding territory. Next time, I am going to be heading on to Stonehelm. It seems like Broad Arch is... Oh, yeah, Broad Arch is now being taken, so that's kind of sad. But yes, next time I'm going to be taking Stonehelm, taking Broad Arch off screen, and then we're going to see where we go next. Where do you guys think we should go next? I think probably Storm's End is the most logical thing. And it's kind of cool that House Targaryen actually starts here. Or at least we took this stuff and actually helped them to start here, because then we have Dawn down here, which is very, very close by, and that's actually pretty cool. And so I think maybe we want to actually help Dawn a little bit to expand their borders so that they can start coming out here and maybe dealing some damage to the Reach or something along those lines. But yeah, where do you think we should go next? That is the question I'm asking right now. Do you think we should go to Storm's End, or do you think we should go to Bronze Gate, or Thornton, or many other places? There's so many. There's so many. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.